there's a lot of controversy today about spiritual bypassing, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because you use the word bypassing in a very different way, even though it sounds similar. So I just thought you should talk about that.
So angling in is bypassing. When Jesus said turn the other cheek, I think he meant angle into the body. Don't pay attention to instead of paying attention to the mind's disturbance, the contrast mind wants to engage us in its firefighting templates. Solve this problem, solve that problem, engage me on this level. And what we're saying is that it's fine to have this problem. We're not paying any attention to it. We're angling into the body. So turn the other cheek. I turn my attention away from this. And occasionally, having problems is actually an advantage because it helps us turn in a sharper angle into the body. So, and I call this bypassing. So we're not engaging the narratives, the templates that the monkey is telling me in my head. We're letting it be. We're not agreeing with it, disagreeing with it. We don't do anything with it. We just say, before I engage you, you schmuck, I'm gonna hold God's hand. Angling in, feeling this is a good metaphor, saying holding God's hand. That's bypassing. Now, there's a dude very nice guy who wrote a book. I think he just died.
Yeah, last month.
Unfortunately, he wrote a book about. He was a psychologist or psychiatrist. He wrote a book about spiritual bypassing, and what he meant by it is he was against spiritual bypassing. Meant that it's not okay to bypass all the issues that we have. We have issues that need to be straightened out. We have emotions, we have experiences that need to be really addressed on this level. Mm-hmm. And what he meant is that some people just try to go bypass it and go directly to meditation and stuff like that, right? And that those then come back to haunt you. So
in the name of spirituality.
In the name of spirituality.
They ignore life.
Yeah, basically. In the name of spirituality, he was against, ignoring all the troubles and going to meditation, let's say. And then it comes back to bite you. So he, as most people don't understand how simple and how wonderful this is and how it works, he subscribed to the common belief that we cannot bypass. First, we must look at our issues. And it's a very common belief. It's the human mind would rather believe that than what I'm saying. He said you can't bypass it, you must clean up, look at the issues. And if you don't look at it, it comes back to bite you. Well, what we're saying about bypassing, we mean it very differently. We mean is that we're not ignoring our problems or issues or emotions. What we're saying is that even though I have issues because my mom left when I was 5, let's say, which is in my case is true. Okay, and we all have different issues. I'm not gonna not attend this, but before I do, I want to access God. So here's my issues. We're saying that we're not neglecting this, but we're accessing the part of us that is co-creating with the universe, the very powerful part of us. Instead of spending my time getting to know myself on this level, how much of a schmuck I have been all my life, chuckle, Yeah. Instead of getting to know what idiosyncrasies I have or what kind of a narrative do I subscribe to that's incorrect, etc. I don't really subscribe to the fact that you got to get to know yourself on this level. Why not get to know the part of you that is already perfect? This is not a philosophy. It's not a concept. It's not an additional concept. Oh, yeah, the part of me that's connected to God. And I don't mean that in a conceptual way. I mean that in an actual, real, feeling, experiential way of angling in. Yes, I have issues, and I'm getting in touch with the part of me that is absolutely perfect. And then, will those issues come up? Let's say yes. But then, I have a very powerful ally to help me to deal with it. So first, access God, universe, and then, if anything pops up, I deal with my issue. So we're not neglecting the issue. What we're saying is, first I access God. I don't care what you say, what the concept is, how or what. First I access the part of me that's already perfect. And it's already there, but I have to activate. And then I will attend those things. And the good news also is that it may not come up, but if it does come up, whenever it comes up, then I'm already using this amazing power to help me to deal with it. It's very much so like, let's say if this metaphor will work, if I'm digging a ditch and I know it's a rocky soil, right? Somebody gives me a shovel and says, okay, dig a ditch here. And I'm working on a rock. Dig it out, dig it out, dig it out. And someone tells me, oh yeah, you must dig up this rock and deal with it and look at it. Okay. But I happen to know that I have an excavator at my disposal. And I say, but hold on for a second, I'm gonna start the excavator and then I dig up this rock. No. First you have to use the shovel to dig up the rock so that you respect the rock, look at the rock, deal with the rock. And then if you analyze it, then if you dug up enough rock and you have the 20 meter into the earth, then you might qualify based on somebody's criteria to some kind of a spiritual platform. So what we're saying, and I know it's a very weird example, but I know there is rocks. But by accessing this that we're already experiencing together, I'm accessing the power of this excavator. It will dig up the rock, no problem. I'm not gonna not look at it, but I'm gonna use the excavator to dig it up. And the excavator, very comfortable, will put it in front of me, and I will look at it. Okay, now I'm dealing with it. And the excavator has another function too. It doesn't just dig up the rock.
Jennifer wants to say
Jennifer, want to say something? Go ahead, Jennifer.
I just wanted to say that this is something that I've struggled with, because for a long time, what you're describing seemed like I was bypassing my emotions. You know, from the outside, it looks like you're not dealing with it. It looks like you're trying to ignore it or repress it. But I just kept working at it and trusting what you were saying, you know, was true. And it seems to me, how I've come to understand it is that I'm not using, I'm using that intelligence you talked about, you know, that same intelligence that makes my heart beat and my food digest, to help me deal with whatever is coming up. Right. And it doesn't, you know, like I said, from the outside, it seems like you're not dealing with it because you're not doing it the way you're supposed to do it. Like what a therapist would say, how to deal with it, or, you know, some other spiritual teacher, how to, you know, look at it, analyze it, talk about it. Basically using thoughts to deal with thoughts. And it just seems like over time, as I've just kept trying to, when something arises, so for me, anxiety has been a long issue. When that happens, it's like I feel like I'm bringing another partner to the table. It's just that partner is invisible and silent, and I've just had to learn to trust that it's actually doing something or helping.
And it is helping, right?
Right. Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Jennifer,
Yes.
we have been working together for quite a while, very successfully, I must say. So thank you for sharing this. It's always wonderful to have someone else's vocabulary and perspective.
It's amazing how she said it. It seems like bypassing because it's not the mind that's solving the problem, and we're used to the mind solving all our problems.
Right, exactly.
So when the help comes from another angle, it seems like nothing is happening.
Like nothing is happening, and we're not, you know.
Yeah.
So seem like we're cheating.
Yeah, let's cheat.
I wish for all of us to be able to cheat very successfully. Let's cheat ourselves instantly to this amazing power that's available. So we have an excavator. Don't use a shovel, use the excavator. Much easier.